I'm thinking when it comes to Don, I'm kind of feeling like that's what's going on here. I'm feeling like Don kind of got his Negro wake up call. Now, here's the thing with Don Lemon. I don't love the guy or hate the guy. I just thought that he was their guy, and I thought that he would get special privileges because he's invested so much into CNN. You would not expect Don Lemon to be dumped like this. You also would not expect Don Lemon to part ways in such a nasty fashion. You would think that Don would have some sort of graceful exit from the network, but that's not the case. It looks like CNN basically canned him, and I don't know how many of y'all are surprised. I am absolutely shocked. Because I just thought that he was okay. So it looks to me like Don Lemon is going out for the same reason that so many other black men lose their jobs. You get accused of being mean to white women, and you're out. If a white woman's unhappy with you and she reports you to HR and says you were mean or disrespectful or overly aggressive, you're going to lose your job. So it looks like that's what happened to Don. Even though Don is not heterosexual, he is gone. So with Don and Tucker being fired on the same day, I just think that's insane. I think that's one of the bigger developments in the news space, probably in the last 20 or 30 years. I can't think of a bigger day in terms of these two major events happening at the same time. It also makes me wonder if there was some sort of coordination here. Was there a decision where Fox and CNN both sort of made an agreement, some sort of mutual agreement, like, hey, if you get rid of this guy, we'll get rid of that guy. I don't know. And the reason I'll say this is because I believe these networks work together. I do believe that. And why do I believe that? Well, I remember years ago, I got into a back and forth with Bill O'Reilly, and CNN was using me as a pawn. I didn't know this at the time, but they would bring me on just so I could really talk about Bill O'Reilly and the racism of Bill O'Reilly. Well, at first they were cool with it. They were really into it and everything else. And then it got to the point where O'Reilly started firing back. He started attacking CNN. He started attacking Syracuse University, etc. And so I think it got to the point where it got so hot that CNN got on the phone with Fox and said, okay, let's just get rid of this guy altogether. Let's just, if you stop, we'll stop, because we don't really want to hurt each other like that. And next thing I know, my manager, I'll never forget, manager, not agent, it wasn't publicist. My publicist, who used to book me on CNN and Fox every other day, she said, I think you've been blackballed. Every time I book you, they cancel. Every single time I book you, they cancel. Book you, cancel. And so what I'm thinking is that there was some point where, like, that was where I kind of learned in terms of white supremacy that they kind of work together. We think the Democrats and Republicans are on separate teams. They're not on separate teams. They kind of have this Batman versus the Joker relationship where they both benefit by throwing shots at each other, but not too many shots, right? And so ultimately, I wonder if there was a connection between the firing of Tucker Carlson and, the firing of Don Lemon and the dismissal or exit of Tucker Carlson.